Hollywood actors are super rich, so they obviously can afford a bar of soap and deodorant, right? They could even hire someone to bathe them if they wanted to. But sadly, not all celebs like to shower and keep their hygiene in check.
There's no shower at work.
Just ask the co-stars who had the misfortune of working with these celebs.
Ooh, you stink!
Some of these stars are ridiculously sexy, but that all changes when someone gets a little too close for comfort.
Oh my god.
I told you were a bath person.
That's when the illusion shatters and everyone starts holding their breath till they're blue in the face. But who would have thought that Angelina Jolie's ex would be on this list?
I recognized your foul stench when I was brought on board.
Brad Pitt. Angelina Jolie has a long list of exes, but Billy Bob Thornton or Colin Farrell aren't the issue here. It's her latest ex, Brad Pitt.
People that really know me weren't surprised.
Everyone knows that Brad has a lot on his plate with being a working actor and a dad of 6 kids, so somewhere along the way, personal hygiene became a low priority. Just ask his Inglourious Basterds co-star, Eli Roth. He told People that Brad gave him some insight on his hygiene routine, and let's just say it's not cute.
That is not my intention.
Apparently, Brad rubs baby wipes on his armpits to get rid of the stench when things get a little too icky. But why not hop in the shower and get cleaned? Well, according to Eli, Brad said, "I'm getting peed on all day. I don't have time to take a shower." Well, we can only imagine what a headache it must be to juggle 6 kids, showering, and being one of the hottest celebs in the history of Hollywood.
Are you kidding?
He kind of gets a pass, doesn't he? Zac Efron. Have you seen the latest Baywatch movie? If you did, then you know the guy is totally ripped. Zac worked hard to get all bulked up for the role, but his High School Musical 3 co-stars probably wish he would have paid attention to his hygiene too. This Hollywood hottie has beauty and brains, but sources told Just Jared that he often stinks to high heaven.
You stink.
Zac likes to stay active, so he likes to do sports and sweat off the stress, but unfortunately, it would be days before a drop of water would even touch his chiseled body.
Oh my gosh.
The source explained Zac isn't a big fan of showering. It's so gross because Zac loves to work out and plays basketball all the time and then goes days without showering. The source also mentioned that he likes to use baby wipes to clean himself. Did he take a page from Brad Pitt's book or what?
I'll go tell them to.
Well, at least Zac's not claiming to avoid a quick shower for the sake of the planet like another actor we know.
Are you talking to me?
You probably know who we're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Leonardo DiCaprio. Now, when was the last time you've seen Titanic? If you're a 90s kid, then you probably know that Leonardo DiCaprio played Jack, the sexy artist who made the ultimate sacrifice so Rose could survive on top of that floating door. But his co-stars from other films kind of wish they would have been shooting next to a giant pool of water. Apparently, the hunky actor stinks so bad they would have just thrown him in the ocean.
No!
How could someone so fine have such bad hygiene, you may ask? Well, a source told the National Enquirer that Leo likes to conserve water for the environment by only showering a few times a week.
Suppose that's subject to interpretation.
It's too bad he doesn't believe in deodorants either, even if that affects his relationships.
Climate change is real. It is happening right now.
The source said Leo has let his love for the environment take over his whole world, and it's killing his love life.
Well, I guess that leaves me out.
Apparently, the actor thinks deodorants are unnatural, so it kind of sounds like Leo's one Titanic hippie, and if anyone can relate to that, it would be this next actress who's America's smelliest pretty woman, Julia Roberts. Julia Roberts is older than Leonardo DiCaprio, so you'd think she'd be wise enough to appreciate the value of regular bathing.
Big mistake. Big.
But in 2008, she admitted to Oprah that she stays far away from deodorant.
Are you watching Oprah?
She told the former talk show host, "It's just never been my thing." But according to a former security guard, bathing isn't high on her priority list either. He told Star that Julia is a total hippie, and it seems that just like Leo, the actress wants to avoid wasting water away. She's so eco-friendly that she also feeds her kids organic foods and composts. The unnamed guard must have held his breath every time he was around her. He claimed that Julia doesn't wash her hair that often because it gets too dry and musty, but come on, do you think he was exaggerating a bit? Who hasn't gone a few days without washing their hair?
That's how we function.
Charlize Theron. Most fans would never expect the actress who played Eileen Wuornos to smell like an inmate.
I think it could be very frustrating to a lot of people.
After all, Charlize has made it on a few best dressed lists, and whenever she walks the red carpet, she looks seriously gorgeous. But the monster star's beauty routine, or lack thereof, kind of threw fans for a loop. During an interview with David Letterman, she said, "I'm a tough girl and I cannot shower for a week. I'm fine with that."
I'll meet you in the back alley. Yeah?
So even though she's able to stay in fancy hotels, she doesn't spend much time in their showers. In fact, when she's in between projects, she travels to countries where basic luxuries like soap and clean water are unavailable, so she's free to get down and dirty. Kristen Stewart. Now, as we all know, Robert Pattinson and Kristen Stewart played Edward and Bella in Twilight, but Rob didn't need enhanced vampire senses to know when Kristen was around. His human nose could just as easily pick up her scent. A source told the National Enquirer that Kristen's poor hygiene was a total turnoff for him. They also said that Kristen doesn't wash her hair often and rarely wears perfume. But the rumor mill might have been onto something. Kristen herself admitted she doesn't smell like a bed of roses, really. "When I'm nervous, I'm so mindless. I twiddle my thumbs and my hands sweat and I smell bad," she told Stylist magazine, but smelling funky isn't her only issue. She only brushes her teeth once a day. Can you imagine what it must have been like for Rob to kiss her on screen?
This is not what I want at all.
Well, he obviously didn't mind since he dated her for a while, right? Russell Crowe. In 2005, Renee Zellweger was forced to team up with a major celeb for Cinderella Man. She played May, the wife of James Braddock. Can you guess who we're talking about now? It's Russell Crowe. As his on-screen wife, she of course had to kiss him a lot, but that didn't sit well with her, and not because of personality issues. His body odor was allegedly so bad that she couldn't ignore it.
Oh my gosh!
In fact, the stench got so bad that she even had to confront Russell about it, but despite her demands, the actor didn't do squat. So director Ron Howard had no other choice but to hire a stand-in to replace Renee on the steamy scenes. We don't know whether she was the only star Russell annoyed with his body odor, but there's another actor who managed to annoy more than one co-star.
Don't mess with me, dog. I'm crazy, you know what I'm saying?
Shia LaBeouf. Now, we know Brad Pitt's got a few hygiene issues, but he got a dose of his own medicine when a Transformers actor destroyed his nostrils. Any idea who we're talking about? Here's a hint. He worked with Brad Pitt in the World War II tank movie Fury. If you guessed Shia LaBeouf, then you got it. Shia took method acting a little too far and didn't shower during the entire film. According to an insider, the actor refused to shower for weeks on end so he could better understand how his character would have felt living in trenches. But Shia had similar issues in Sia's Elastic Heart music video. At one point, Dance Mom star and dancing goddess Maddie Ziegler had to bite his hands for one scene.
I'm like, I can't!
Shia's hands were so dirty, she gave him hand wipes.
It's really dirty.
The guy didn't take the hint and claimed he didn't need them. Luckily for Maddie, he eventually listened to her. Johnny Depp. How often do you think pirates shower? Do you think Jack Sparrow smelled as nice as he looked? Probably not. But apparently neither does Johnny Depp. An unnamed source told Fox News that Johnny usually smells because he rarely showers. Now, it's unusual to find a partner that can stand body odor, but for a while the actor found his perfect match in Vanessa, who didn't seem to care much about hygiene either. The pair decided to join forces and stink up the world. If you believe the insider who claimed it's really hard to be around them. SNOOKI. It's a good thing smell-o-vision isn't real. Otherwise, Jersey Shore fans would have gagged whenever Nicole Polizzi, aka SNOOKI, walked into the scene.
But I can actually feel the smell. That's how bad it smells.
Viewers know she partied like the world was ending. Clubbing and drinking all night left her with a serious need for a bath. During an episode of SNOOKI and JWoww, the Chilean American babe was forced to remember the time when JWoww drop-kicked her out of bed to get her to shower. SNOOKI then admitted that she just never showered at the time. Britney Spears. Did you know that you can get sued for having bad hygiene? Britney Spears learned that the hard way when her ex-bodyguard Fernando Flores filed a lawsuit for psychological damages stemming from her bad hygiene. He claimed that Brit did not bathe for days on end. She was also barefoot all the time. To make the bodyguard issue go away, she settled by giving him some cash. Well, it doesn't seem like Britney's ex-bodyguard was too traumatized to accept her cash now, was he?
Whoa, what's going on?
Robert Pattinson. Maybe the reason the Twilight star was so tolerant of Kristen Stewart was because he wasn't exactly Mr. Clean himself. He supposedly hadn't washed his hair in 6 weeks and he didn't really care either. But these aren't just rumors. In 2009, Rob told UK's New magazine that he rarely changes clothes. He only puts on a new t-shirt when the stench gets so bad he can't stand to be around himself. I don't know, my personal hygiene, it's so disgusting. Well, you gotta give him credit for being honest, right? Shailene Woodley. You loved her on The Fault in Our Stars, but we wonder if her Big Little Lies co-stars had any love for her hygiene practices. Shailene believes her hair doesn't require any maintenance. She told Parade that her hair is kind of like horsehair, so she only washes it once every 4 weeks, which makes it super oily. To add insult to injury, Miles Teller, who was her co-star on The Spectacular Now, kind of confirmed the rumors. He told Variety before our first kissing scene, Shailene took these Chinese dirt supplements and shoved them in her mouth. As you can imagine, this made her breath smell seriously disgusting.
Oh, you stink. Oh!
Has your opinion of these beautiful, filthy celebs changed now that you know the truth about them? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to The Taco for more tea.